We are friends, digging each other, taking time to talk it over.
Are we in?
Just like that. I don't know if we know if we're in.
Just in.
Because I don't know when the music stops, when we start.
When it starts,
you know?
I don't. That's so poetic. I don't know when the music stops and we start. Imagine saying that to your girl that you're dating, dude. I just sometimes I just don't know where the music stops and we start, baby.
So dumb.
It's just like a bad line to a breakup.
Right?
Just, I don't know when the music stopped and when it started. But right now, I think it's paused. And then you just
we're
leave.
back in the lion's den. I just changed the theme song.
Were you doing something with the recording? You were using this for recording stuff?
No, it hasn't been touched since you were here.
Oh.
Why?
Well, it has, but all good. Anyways, so
Way to
people
fuck it up, Will.
You got people breaking into your house and recording a fucking one-man show? I don't know. Because, yeah, everything was up all the way, and I didn't do that.
Oh, no.
Elliot
Elliot
touched it.
Elliot
maybe.
did that. We were
Yeah.
here when he
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's not a problem at all, you know? You can just fuck with the whole thing, huh?
Fucking
Just fuck with
Elliot.
all the buttons. Who cares, huh?
I love Elliot. Man. I love the stories you were telling me about him kicking people out of parties and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
that was
back to the
funny.
Lion's Den. Please continue to rate and review at Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen. If you want to look at our gorgeous faces, make sure. Oh wait, first of all, on the listening platforms, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and a glowing review. It helps with Al Gore and his rhythms. If you want to look at us on a YouTube or watch us, you can go to YouTube at the Lion's Den with Brent Morin and Jason Collings and Will a little bit.
What's up?
Boom.
I'm Will.
Yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, and please do hit that notification bell so you know when a new episode is coming. Sometimes it's not going to be consistently on the same day. We are 3 touring, working, successful comics who may not, our schedules may not jive every week.
Jive.
So, make sure you hit the notification bell because it's going to be a little inconsistent. And for everything one-stop shop, Lion's Den, go to the lionsdenpod.com. And for all your members-only content, go to patreon.com/theliondenpod. Give us an email at podthelionsden@gmail.com. How's everybody doing?
Feel very even. I feel good.
You know what I'm happy
Yeah.
about? Sweater weather.
I know,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like
Jacket
we're
weather.
all into the winter. In winter
Yo.
clothes, dude, with the hoodies and jackets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
in.
so sick of the heat. Stop
Yeah.
being hot. I
want
wanted
that
to
peacoat.
bundle up when I walked my dogs, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
When I walk the dogs in the morning, I don't want to come home a sweaty mess. I want to be bundled and comfy.
A sweaty mess? Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
come home as a sweaty mess?
I'm a 51-year-old man.
Are you running with them? Just two
Yeah.
French bulldogs?
Have you
just
seen
running?
my French bulldogs? They're like bulls.
Yeah, they are.
I think they got the bulldog name because of the way they when they're done shitting or pissing, they take their back legs and they scrape the dirt real fucking hard.
I feel like most
a
dogs.
lot of
Terriers.
dogs do that too.
Terriers.
Oh, terriers do?
Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know. What do I know? What do I
I've
know?
seen a lot of dogs
What
do
do I
that.
know?
Lost all your confidence. Definitely. Maybe. I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Also, quick review on the old Kanye West thing.
Oh, okay.
Someone has amazing fans because guess what these nitwits are doing?
What?
Guess what these fuckos have done? They started a GoFundMe so that he can get back to his billionaire status.
Oh, that's so silly.
It is so silly.
Why would they do? That's so silly.
Also, hey, our fans,
Yeah, send us a GoFundMe.
get us to
For
the
life.
1,000-air bar.
Yeah, what do we
If
do?
we could just be thousandaires.
Honestly, just give me like
Thousandaires.
$20 a
No,
month.
I'm
going to
tell you right now, it made me think of our fans, and I have to give you guys so much love. I'm constantly getting coffee, gift cards, and shoes.
Are
and
ya?
stuff. Yeah.
Are you?
I'm the favorite. You guys know that.
I think you're just hitting that P.O. box before anybody knows.
No, I
Yeah.
get the emails. They email you the gift cards.
I saw you with a shirt that just said Will on it. So I was wondering what that was. I was like, it must be a new brand. Maybe Smith came out with one.
Yeah. I
Okay,
got a Will shirt on.
hey,
It
we
was
should,
Will's face.
We're like, we should check the P.O. box. Jay's
Yeah.
like, no, actually, it's not
No,
that.
we don't need to
there.
go by there.
There's no way.
Nothing's coming. Nothing's coming.
Yeah.
Actually, we
On
haven't been
Dateable
by. Have you,
Live on the back of one of his
Yeah.
t-shirts.
Oh, it's funny.
have you gotten any notifications for the?
No, I don't know. I think there's probably something there. I'm not sure.
We'll go check it out.
Yeah.
You know, I hate when I go there and there's nothing.
then there's
I feel
nothing,
like
it's-
such
yeah.
an asshole. I walk in there and go, check it for box, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, you got nothing. No problem. And there's hot girls
Yeah.
in line, you know.
It just feels like you're waiting for that letter from that woman you love,
Yeah.
and she hasn't written back, or you feel like the kid who like puts the baseball ticket for the dad, and hey, is he coming today? Sorry, man, he didn't come.
Oh, ouchie, ouchie.
All right, well,
ouchie.
I'll be.
right, man.
I drove here, so you know that's. I got to go home
So
and think
he's-
about all these things.
So he's been kicked out of Sketcher. He's been kicked out of
We've all been kicked out of Skechers at one point.
I
you
know.
Yeah.
It's like that's all right.
We get
about
I
it.
got my ass kicked wearing Skechers.
There you
Should
go.
have. You should have.
For wearing
Those
Skechers.
are terrible shoes.
I bought the ones with the springs on them, and I sprung and hit a display, and they all fell
What about the
down.
ones with the rounded bottoms?
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
seen that shit? They're supposed to make you.
Dunk.
I don't fucking know. but
Stupid.
they're ugly. Hey,
Somersault
Skechers,
to class.
you've been around long enough. Make a cool shoe. You know why you can't make a cool shoe though? If you're at Skechers, because it's called Skechers.
Well, they know their clientele. I
Yeah.
don't think like
Oh, yeah.
you know
Usually guys my
Eugene,
age.
who's 70 is like, yeah, make these cooler.
Yeah, I
Like,
was gonna say usually it's my generation and up that's wearing the old Sketcheroonies.
yeah.
Owie, owie, owie. But it
Sketcheroonies.
goes to show you, Kanye. It reminds me of a story I heard. Can I tell it?
I guess.
So a bull and a pheasant are grazing in a field. And the pheasant looks up at a tree and he says, I remember the days when I can get all the way to the top of that tree. And the bull goes, you still can. He goes, nah, it's I'm too old or whatever. And the bull goes, no, here's what you're going to do. You're going to eat some of my dung every day and see how long it takes you to get back up to the top of that tree. So the pheasant goes, it's not a thing, man. I'm not going to eat your shit. He goes, trust me. So he takes it, he nibbles at his shit for a few days. And then within 2 days, he's at the top branch. And he's up at the top branch and he's just about to get comfortable there. A farmer comes along and shoots him off. What's the moral of the story? Bullshit can get you to the top, but it ain't going to keep you there.
Oof. Oof.
When I heard that shit,
What were you listening to that you're hearing this
it's
shit?
this guru guy, and he was telling
Tom
and him
Soros
and Mike Tyson,
podcast?
him and Tyson were doing an interview, and I came in on that part where the guy goes, "Can I tell you a joke?" And Tyson's so funny. He goes, "Yes, it's getting too serious in here."
Oh, nice.
But then he told that little tale, and I'm like, "Oh, that is." I mean, you've seen in our industry, specifically in the stand-up part of it, so much fucking smoke and mirrors and bullshit getting people these great gigs. But once you get the gig, once you're there, you gotta fucking deliver.
You gotta deliver. Yep.
You gotta deliver.
It's like when the luck. Yeah, it's like when the luck. It's like luck is a lot of things. Can be luck, but it's like when you get the lucky opportunity, you gotta fucking show up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, talent equals some longevity, and
Oh,
trust me,
boy.
he's a talented musician, so he kept that going. But guess not with Skechers and Twitter and social media and podcasting and boozing.
Because he
and
mixed too
love
much
and-
bullshit in with it.
Yeah.
His bullshit overtook his talent. So now he got shot out of the tree.
Until that new album drops. No.
New album and therapy. His
Oh fucking. Oh yeah.
His next album is just called Jews.
No. His next album is Sorry, Jews.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then he'll have a whole art scene for that, and you'll go like, "It's powerful. You got to
You
make
got
it
it,
powerful."
and the beat slaps,
Yeah.
as Will says.
It slaps. It slaps.
Is slap still a thing, or am I?
Sure, slaps can be a thing.
Okay.
Is it? But honestly, is it?
I mean,
you're our tastemaker.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
your finger
Oh,
on
yeah,
the pulse
yeah.
You're
Of
wearing
of
a
the
MoMA
young
hat.
generation.
Yeah, my finger's on the fucking pulse.
So you need
it
to let
hurts,
us-
honestly. It's so much on the pulse. It's like, ow, like get it off.
Ow,
It's
this
too much
pulse
pulse.
is really rough.
Too
Like,
much pulse.
yeah, it's like your
I
hands
think
off-roading.
that's just high blood pressure.
Yeah, I think it's a medical problem, honestly.
Maybe,
I have high
probably.
cholesterol. Anyways.
surreal.
Yeah, I found that out. What the fuck? My cholesterol's a little bit high. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey,
Really?
Huh? Look at me.
What do you eat?
Look at me, he said.
Do I look like a guy who has high cholesterol? I think it's eggs. I think because I eat a lot of eggs.
You eat a lot of eggs, but
I
when
thought they
you
just
think
said eggs are healthy now.
they are healthy, okay, listen, everything in moderation. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could even drink too much water.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
thing.
true.
Not me.
Not you, I know. Like you have an iced tea here, right?
Oh yeah.
My brother and I have, or pee.
Or pee. Or pee.
Dave
I
and
don't
I,
drink
my own pee.
all our lives, have drank iced tea. Well, apparently my brother had too much of it at one point, and the doctor said you got to chill out on the iced tea. I can't remember what it is in there,
Yeah, moderation.
but yeah,
Also, it dehydrates you. It doesn't hydrate you,
Right.
so you probably get a kidney stone. They say
that's what it was.
kidney stone.
He got stoned.
You got to
Yeah.
balance it
His
out. You
kidneys
gotta-
got fucking lifted, bro.
Yo, dude, fucking just being a kidney, dog. You know,
Yo, my
fucking-
kidneys are dry as shit. It's like the Sahara in here.
That's the key. When you drink like a water, you gotta have a coffee with it.
Yeah,
you gotta
wait.
you gotta balance out. You gotta be
You have
hydrated.
to.
Oh.
Oh, that's Bev Gang.
That's Bev Gang
That's
shit.
Bev
you
Gang
know what
shit
I mean?
right
That's just
there.
I'm just
Bev Gang.
educating the people at this point because
Right.
I'm on the goddamn pulse. Okay.
Yes,
On the
yes, finger
goddamn
on it.
balls.
Yeah. What were we just talking about? There was
Who
something
the
just-
fuck
what
knows, man?
happened?
We get all
I
over
wanted
the
to know
place.
if
Started with
slaps was
Kanye.
still-
Oh, slaps.
slaps.
I don't know because I don't think I honestly say like, "Gee, that shit slaps." I don't think I like honestly would say that. I would be like, "Oh, this is like fire. This is fire.
Fire's a
fire."
thing.
I like.
Fire's a big thing, and the fire
Seems
emoji.
very white.
Yep.
This
Fire.
is fire.
Well, when you say it like
So-
that,
This is incinerating. It's so fire.
It's like when people. It's like when white kids eat burritos and they go,
I could
"This is
picture-
bomb."
Yeah, I
I
remember
hate
you-
that.
What's
That
that?
makes me
What's
so
that
mad.
Mike guy's name that you went to his concert? What is his name? This guy,
Jack
Mike.
Harlow?
Mike. It's just Mike.
Just Mike. All these guys at Just Mike. All of them were yelling, "This is fire!"
Yeah,
all at the
it's
same
fire.
time.
Hashtag fire.
Or people say like it goes hard.
Oh, that's
another
hard.
thing, like that's hard. You know.
That's hard. All of these just seem like
They're
urban
flashbacks.
community had it,
Yeah.
white people took it,
Yeah.
and then it's not good anymore. So now we got to find
Find a
something
new one,
else.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the new thing is. I don't know what the new thing is.
Garbage bad
I
clothing.
mean, it got to the point where like the rappers were saying stuff was stupid.
yeah.
Damn, that
that's
shit is
stupid.
stupid. That shit is dumb. And
It's dumb,
everybody
man.
picked that shit up. So now they're like, what do we say? Now they're going to all just start going, this is amazing.
This is fantastic.
This is incredibly amazing. And
Yeah.
I'm moved by this.
I try to think about what I say in that regard. I think I just say shit like, "Oh, that was phenomenal."
You
I
do.
think I'm.
Yeah.
I do that.
I
That's
do
very much you.
I just do normal shit.
normal words.
I was like, "Oh, fantastic!" Well, as a waiter, I kept saying "fantastic." That's one thing.
And
I
then he
couldn't
got
stop.
notes from his
And
boss. Please
no,
stop
it
saying
just
fantastic.
became like Tourette's, where every time I'd be like, "What can I get you?" We'll just take 3 waters to start. Fantastic.
Oh,
Any
that's
bread for the
so
table? Yes,
funny.
fantastic.
Oh,
And
fuck,
it
I would have
just-
hated you.
I couldn't stop saying it, and I knew stop saying fantastic, and then it was just fantastic.
Did you get called
Have
out?
a fantastic day. Well, there were like some kids that were like snickering and making fun of
The
me.
worst-
Like, but he says it again.
The
I was
worst
like,
I've been called
"Fantastic."
out on something like that. I before we even had a podcast, and I never really did podcast. Joe Coy asked me to come on and be a co-host with him on a couple episodes of his podcast.
Yeah,
And we had that Diamond guy. What's the wrestler? Diamond Dallas Page or whatever his fucking name is.
yeah.
And we had him on, and he was telling his life story. And I'm just listening, and I'm not I have no awareness of what I'm doing. And Joe slides a note, slides a note over in front of me. All it says was, "You're saying amazing too much."
That's
Amazing.
great. That's such a funny way to deliver
Oh
that.
man!
point.
And I just looked at him. He just went, "Oh, it's so
Just,
funny."
"Shh, you're fired."
Wow.
Just-
Yeah.
Dude, I have a great restaurant story real quick from over
Yeah.
the weekend. For on Halloween, Kaylee and I went out to like a nice restaurant at night. We were up in Big Bear and just hanging out. And
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just hanging.
How was the lake?
Lakey.
Was it watery?
Wow.
It was wet.
Yeah, it was
Anyways,
wet. It was wet, you know, blue.
How were the
So there,
mountains and
we
trees?
walked into like a nice restaurant, and there was immediately, and it's on Halloween, you know.
Ah, fuck.
And
You
and
went
it
out
was,
on Halloween,
It was
huh?
pretty like packed, but we just wanted to go to a nice restaurant, and there was immediately like a medical emergency. Like someone, it was like we walked in and out on like the patio, some old guy had like fallen unconscious, hit his head. It was like
Oy.
we were like in our own little world in our little cabin, and we were like, let's go back into reality, and it was like, zhoof. It was all of a
Oh.
sudden it was like packed restaurant. They were like 911, call the. It was like, oh my god.
Oh,
Here's the funny part
shit.
is to me, because it's of course as
He
comedians,
died.
I know, right? As comedians, it's like, well, it was this kind of a scary moment. You was like, we don't really
Yeah.
know. He's not getting up yet, you know.
Right.
And I, of course, like my immediate, as a comedian, you just immediately go to what's funny about the situation. And what I thought was so funny is to be in a restaurant during a medical emergency during Halloween, because you're like, you don't know who's in a costume and who's a medical professional.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
Oh my
true.
God! You got some guy in a red nose going, "Give me the stats." and
Because
whatever the
everyone,
fuck.
there's
Could be
doctors,
like a
cops,
doctor.
firefighters.
Oh, that's so.
They're like,
By
sir.
the way, the reason I don't like Halloween.
Or the fucking old guy just thinks he went crossed over, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm in hell."
Yeah, there's ghouls and goblins.
Oh, he
and
comes out of
shit.
consciousness. He's like, "Oh no!
God. Yeah,
I'm in
it's-
that room on Beetlejuice, whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah,
room
yeah.
is."
I mean, it's like, sir, are you a doctor? I'm 7.
That is a fucked up time. I'm 7 and I enjoy going out at fine dining on Halloween.
Well, it was like outside, so there's people around and stuff. So it was like everyone, and it was just so wild.
Really?
How is the weather up there?
It was cold at night.
started
it was,
getting
it was
cold?
very cold at night. It was like 35, 40 at night. It was
A lot of
Ooh,
hard
yeah,
nipples.
cold. Hey, tell me about
Oh
it.
yeah. Those are my nipples.
Like to report a
Yeah,
shooting
I don't
over
wanna-
at the
Yeah.
club.
just my
Hey,
nipples.
Dan. Yeah, we're here. It's just a lot of hard nipples popping right now.
Paramedics couldn't even find the victim because everyone's bleeding.
So you went out on the day of Halloween.
Yeah,
huh?
we just
Did you
Yeah.
go out on Halloween?
At
though?
night.
No, I was home.
Did you have any trick or treaters?
No. Lights were off.
Okay, yeah, I kept
Yeah.
my lights off too.
Yeah, I don't.
Just peering through the curtains.
I did. I was wondering what's the proper time because it was getting a little too dark in my house.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the fucking time when the kids are done, so I don't get a trick
Right.
played on me with no treats. You know, like 'cause
There is etiquette. The etiquette is whatever house doesn't have decorations, which
Yeah.
I mean, yours could be mistaken for a haunted house.
That's true, especially with the lights off.
but
yeah,
also the house with the porch light off. Porch light off, shades closed. We had to do it this year. We had to do no trick or treat this year because of our new Bella, the new dog.
Fair.
She barks at the fucking wind, and when people actually knock on the door, she loses her shit. But my wife figured out. She didn't figure it out. A friend of hers told her, and it's working amazingly. A spray bottle with water.
Oh yeah, in the
And
face.
you just go in the face while they're barking. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And she literally looks like, what the fuck? What the
Yeah.
what? Yeah, but they stopped barking.
Yep.
Damn.
So now I just put my hand on the bottle, and she goes, "Oh fuck, here it comes."
Oh yeah.
I've
know?
actually heard of
Makes
that
sense.
before. I don't know if we
I
ever did
use
that.
battery acid. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
abusive.
Feels very abusive.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels really.
No, it's just water,
problematic.
just a spritz. By the way, they have bark collars, and you know how people are like, those are cruel because they electrocute the
shock.
dog.
Yeah.
They have them. Well, they'll just spray it. There's a thing on the collar that when you bark, it'll spray you.
Oh, with water and
Yeah.
stuff. That's great.
Ugh. Helped.
I want one of those for like when I'm working out in the summertime.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like going to Halloween parties, and here's why: everybody's dressed up. I don't want to have to be. I don't want to have to guess what you are. Don't want to do that, and I don't want to have to guess who I'm talking to. Hey, what's up, Jason? Because they're always in a fucking mask.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, what's up? And I'm like, hey, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? And then you have to do the reveal, and you have to go, hey, great costume. Ugh, I hate all of it.
It helps my anxiety though because it gets me an out for when I don't remember you. Because there's times that I won't remember who you are because we met once 10 years ago, and then you act hurt, and it's like, oh yeah, man, I put that down in my goddamn journal when I left. But this time I could go, I didn't recognize you, man. Good to see you.
Right.
Because you're Frankenstein or fucking somebody else.
I was doing stand up at the Comedy Store in the original room on Saturday night before Halloween.
Yeah.
Big
So of
Halloween
course
night.
out here, because it fell on a Monday, everybody was taking advantage of the weekend and
Yeah.
doing big Halloween parties.
Yeah.
People were showing up to the comedy club in costumes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I realized these fucking kids today,
Yeah.
they're being so specific with their goddamn costumes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to. That's another thing. Don't want to have to ask you what you're dressed as.
Yeah.
If it's not obvious, it's a bad costume.
Or what if it's like smart? What if it's like, ooh, I didn't, ooh, like. You know?
Yeah, I was Jim from The Office, episode 4,
No,
season 3.
that's what it is. They're
Yeah.
so specific.
Yeah.
There was these two cute girls, ladies, sitting like front row right, and obviously they were wearing a costume because they had backwards hats on, which looked silly to me, and they were dressed weird. But it didn't look like a fucking costume. It just looked like they didn't know how to dress themselves. So I had to ask them. This is the problem. If I have to ask you if you're wearing a costume, you fucked it up already. Are you wearing a costume? They're like, yes. And they were so bright-eyed and young and ready to tell me what it was. We're so-and-so from, I think, Gilmore Girls or some shit. And I was like, huh? That's so specific.
Yeah.
So specific. And there was like, then I riffed on it like, we're the so-and-so from season 3, episode 4.
Yeah, yeah,
At a minute
yeah.
50 into the, like, it's so specific.
Yeah.
And I says, look, when I was a kid, you were either ghost,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Werewolf,
Werewolf.
skeleton,
Yeah.
or Frankenstein's monster. Sometimes a pirate. But it was always obvious, like, oh, the pirate. And then, of course, you got the famous hockey mask. We did that for a whole fucking decade.
I did that, yeah.
Whole decade you did the hockey mask, and everybody knew who that was. Oh, you're fucking Jason Voorhees from the bullshit. Or the William Shatner mask from Halloween.
William Shatner.
No one really knows that.
Nobody knows
yeah,
that.
Michael Myers was.
Originally, he pulled that mask off of a Captain Kirk costume.
Oh.
And Captain Kirk was famously played by
Yeah.
the Shats, dude.
Yeah.
The Shats. I've never been called the Shats.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
I
The
was
Shats. But
that
yeah,
guy.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's Wednesday, dude. And,
No, I know. I didn't know what to do. And just, I remember our buddy David Sullivan, like, I think it was last year. I don't go out on Halloween, and I'm watching basketball, shocker. And I start getting this banging on my door at like midnight. And I'm like,
Jesus,
really?
late trick-or-treaters.
No, it was David with his son wanted to scare me.
On
And-
Halloween?
Yeah. And I'm like, come on, guys. I don't know what teenagers are just trying to fucking vandalize my house or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't really laugh, to be honest with you. I found it kind of like,
Annoying.
you know, guys, I was kind of already very cozy on the couch. Just
This was Halloween that just passed?
not this one that
Oh,
passed, but
oh,
that
okay.
was in my head then. Because then
Oh,
I'm thinking, is that
what's gonna
type of shit
happen?
going to happen again tonight?
That's when you start going, I wish so many people didn't know where the fuck I live.
I was thinking that. I'm like, oh, God, are people going to come surprising me?
Yeah.
But I didn't know who was still at Adam Ray's wedding or not.
Yeah.
speaking of which, a guest that we really like on this show, Adam Ray. I went to his wedding this
Congrats,
weekend,
buddy.
which was great. It was
Congrats.
it was congratulations. It was just fucking great fun. All right, here's what happened. So,
I was going to say, great fun. Sounds like a story.
so we were having a great time. A lot of friends were there. Ricky Glassman and, Adam Devine, Eric Griffin. It was a group of us. A lot of funny comics, a lot of good times. And the thing that it's great with Adam Ray is that if you're not having fun, he's not having fun. So the party's set up for you to have fun.
Right.
Like actual shit you want to eat, actual games you might want to play, songs you actually want to hear. It's really set up for a good ass time. So everybody's having a good freaking time. And then now it's reception and it's outside and it's very pretty in this resort in Tempe. And I noticed that a few friends like Sandy Danto and other people that are his friends that I went to the bachelor party with, their eyes seem a little tortoisey, because a lot of people decided to take an edible, like a happy edible, which good, happy drugs. Do happy drugs at a wedding. Don't do the shit where you're fucking drenched in sweat because you either did a line of Molly or whatever you're doing. Like I've been to those weddings where somebody's like Christopher Walken and Deer Hunter, and it's like, all right, well, you just got done with fucking Russian roulette and your PTSD in here, so I'm gonna avoid you. This world is fucked, man. You're like, okay, let's send you back to the room. People were dancing, having fun, and then people were doing those mushroom chocolates, and I was like, I've only had good times on that shit. I'm gonna do it. So I won't say why I did it, but somebody's date asked, hey, do you know where to get that? And somebody that I'd known who'd worked at a comedy club had announced that he had it because I noticed a lot of people were on it. Okay. So I said, sure, fuck it, why not? Yeah. It's at a resort. You could just walk around. I figured it'd be like you could see the mountains. Yeah, it's like you're kind of outside.
Enclosed.
Yeah,
exclusive.
You're not out. And if you freak, you could just walk away. Yeah. So I took it. I've only had good trips. So the band ends and they're doing a casino thing in the resort afterward. So I go up to the bedroom, me and David Sullivan, who was also on it, and I pee and I said, listen, here's what's going to have to happen when we go down there because we're going to be around people. And you know how I am, social anxiety. So I said, if you hear me talking too much, I want you to pinch my clothes. Or if you think I'm acting off, and I'll do the same for you.
If I'm...
You want. Yeah, if some shit's too much, you got to let me know, and I'll because I'm already pre-worrying of I'm pre-paranoid.
You got a game plan though. I think you smart. You did very smart
before it was going to kick in. Like these are the rules, you know.
Got to be ready.
And I know Rick asked me to, anyway, I'm fine. And then we go to the casino thing, and it's not that well lit. And all of a sudden, here's what shrooms does for people that are interested in it. It attacks the truth you're feeling about yourself and brings it out, or certain things that you want to work on, at least with me. So sometimes when you're insecure about something, it will bring that out and it will manifest within talking trees or some shit, at least in my experience, like talking to the wind and asking questions about my control issues or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I've always woken up the next day learning something about myself. Yep. I obviously I've been feeling a lot of insecurity about my career. I have friends there that are doing well. I think there's some insecurities that were popping out about myself that were manifested in the whole weekend, and certain friends that were there that I sometimes get anxious in front of, even though we're friends, just from years of knowing each other. So I'm in the reception, and out of nowhere, a buddy's wife turns to me and goes, "You're a psychopath." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Nobody really likes you." And I go, "What?" And so I keep walking. A stranger there on the dance floor just turns and says, "You're never going to be who you want to be." And then somebody else turns and looks at me and says, "It's all your fault," And all of this is happening. I didn't even know this was a thing that could happen. Jesus. So all these fucking insecurities that I think were in me start manifesting itself, and I start realizing it's got to be a bad trip. I don't know that person. Why would they tell me that I'm going to fail this year or this is going to happen? It's your fault that you're here, or this and this, Jesus. Maybe you shouldn't do this. And like people I don't know, and then I do this, and I look and they're just dancing with their friend. So they're not.
That's like out of a fucking movie.
It was. So I beeline it outside, and I'm by this boat, and I could hear conversations next to me of people I don't know going, "Yeah, no, that's him. Yeah, he blew it all. Yeah, no, it's over for him. All this shit. He'll never really be in love. He should have been better to her.
Well, at least you got a give it up for all those demons just telling you the truth.
Well,
Truth.
these are obviously all the insecurities, the mirror moments that I'm
Yeah.
having, and I'm telling myself, Brent, let's get out of this.
Yeah,
We
fuck.
gotta find
Jumps
our way.
into the water
I tried like 3 times to fucking go back inside.
to shake it off and shit.
Well, because also I guess certain people could be around a lot of people on it, but I guess I couldn't. And then I was with like certain guys like Sandy, D'Antone, Jeremiah Watkins and stuff who are all tripping, but they're having like a
Right.
nice relaxed time.
Yeah.
And then people looking over at me like, you're gonna fail, like shit like that. And I'm like, okay, this isn't working. And then I try to talk, and they're all looking at me now, and I go, what are you saying, Brent? We can't. What are you saying? And I'm like,
Oh, no.
guys, I'm a little high. And then somebody tried to ask me to go back in to like get a drink to calm down.
Yeah.
They didn't say you need to calm down. I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll have a drink to calm down. I get in there, and it just feels like demons.
Oh, God.
So I didn't even say bye. I just beelined it up to the room, and walking by staff like with the fucking things for
Yeah.
furniture. It was like The Shining. The hallway got extremely long.
Oh, jeez.
It didn't end. People walking by, going, "You're gonna fail,"
Oh, my God.
You've aged years. Like
Yeah.
they don't really like you. Like all of this stuff. Like
Your inner monologue.
everything that any insecurity I had, it was coming out in like this crazy fuck. I've never felt it before, but deep down I was like, okay, you're high. But I said, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I go up to the room and I just text like David, had to go to the room. Then I went in the room. I went on my phone and I typed in the other guy's bloopers, and sat in the
choice.
corner of the bedroom on David Sullivan's bed because we shared a room. Just looking at this like it was Shawshank, like just this is the most important piece of video.
That was my next question. What was it like alone in the room?
I started calming down and I started being like, okay, we're good. And then like Chris D'Elia was there. He's texting me like, where are you at? I'm coming back, because he's with the family. We was going to come hang with everybody. And I said, in room. He goes, all right, what room number? I go, no, you don't understand. I'm too high. I just want to be left alone, which of course no one listened. So
They all show up.
David and Rick and his date and Chris come to the room. But with them, none of those were manifesting because I think they were true friends in my shroom state.
Yeah.
Right.
Where there was more comfort and a little bit more silly laughter. And eventually got to a point where my body felt warm and nice. And I was like, maybe this is their way of telling me that this is truth. And down there, you're faking something or something's happening to you. There was
Interesting.
all this shit that was fucking going through my head.
See, man, I'm telling you, the mushroom thing, it that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
However, it was also your mind opening.
Yeah.
It gave me something. So then the next day, I was like, did they really say that to me? And I run into everybody. Well, I text like, thanks for having me. Love you, Adam, because I ran to Adam Ray too, and he was like, you came, like things like that. Whoa. So like, why are you here? Why, like uncles and people, and then they were like, dude, we loved having you, man. My nieces can't wait to watch your special. It was great. And everybody's like, oh, bro. I run in the lobby. They're like, so much fun last night. And I'm like, oh, okay. You guys were not seeing. Adam Devine was the only one. I said, hey, sorry, by the way. He goes, yeah, what was wrong with you? I went to say bye to you, and you just bolted. He goes, I thought I did something wrong to you. And I go, dude, I was tripping. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
It was really bad. So he was the only one I think that was like, what the fuck was that?
Wow.
How many of those chocolates got you there?
Just one.
Wow.
I guess it was strong. I'm also low. I don't do it that much, so it's low tolerance.
Well, you have
so-
low tolerance for everything except alcohol, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
for
true.
weed, you have a really low tolerance, so maybe it's just that's.
I have a low tolerance for anything that's psychedelic.
Yeah,
But that
Microdosing has built up my
horrifying.
tolerance.
yeah. Are you now scared? Well, real quick, just to wrap, are you now scared to take mushrooms?
That's what I
No,
was
and
gonna
I'll tell
say.
you why. Because what it did, because it tells you the truth. I manifest a lot of insecurities that don't exist. You know that. And I think sometimes I feel like I'm being judged when in reality people aren't really thinking that much about you. Like you have to tell yourself that when you leave a party, especially in our business, it gives you this level of insecurity at a different level that other businesses don't get you, and sometimes you judge friendship based off, well, he's doing that movie. He doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. Like you build these things that don't exist in your head. And I think those shrooms just got that out of me. Like, because you go to a wedding and you're wearing a suit and
Like
you're
you
wondering.
shedded it.
Yeah, because you're wondering, oh, they're going to make fun of me. And you're already feeling insecure about yourself because is my suit even nice?
Because your
Is this-
shirt's tucked in.
Yeah, it's like, well, there's a lot of that. But then
Yeah.
also like, I wonder if they think I've aged. I wonder if they think this. I wonder if like people think it's over. Like all these stupid things in the elevator when you're going down. Like this stupid
Wow.
social anxiety I've had since I was in high school. Like going to prom with friends and thinking like, oh, they don't want me to be at this
I'm the
table.
opposite, man.
So that shit just, I think, came up at that
Yeah.
particular party. If
See,
I was
I'm
at a
the-
cousin's wedding, I don't think that would have happened.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm the opposite. When I'm on the way down the elevator, I'm picturing them like when I come out, lifting me up on their shoulders.
I wish.
And then when I leave, them being so bummed and they just end the party because I'm not there anymore.
Hey, a couple of whiskeys will get me there. I should just stay to that.
Dude,
then I'm
I was going to
dancing,
ask. I was
having a
bringing
good
up the
time.
microdosing because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm building a tolerance for it
Sure.
because I was feeling something because I'm doing it right now. I'm not going every day. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking time off and then doing it and taking time off doing
Yeah.
it. But now I'm just doesn't feel like a difference,
Yeah.
which might be a good thing because I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm nowhere near I was last year at this time.
Sure. Yeah. No,
But
that
now
makes
I'm
sense.
wondering what would how I asked my son. I go, I want a trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
yeah.
goes, just take the whole jar.
Yeah.
Take all the tablets.
Yeah. And
All of them? That seems
He
good.
says it because they're such low.
How many tablets is that?
250.
you know what? Actually,
I
take
think
it
it's
on
like
a
10.
live episode of.
I think it's
Oh,
I think it's like 10.
Well-
Also, I might be misquoting my son here. If he sees this,
Hey.
he's like, "Hey, asshole!"
Hey,
I didn't-
double check, motherfucker. All of them? That should be fine. Gang, 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 gang.
But you know what it reminds
Bye,
Look
Jason.
at-
Yeah.
Oh.
Doing that naked in the lobby. That's all we're seeing. Like, hey. No, also, it's like, I talk about not being on social media as much for my mental health. That stuff, too. You look at social media, you go, wow, everybody's doing better than me. You know,
Oh, fuck!
so
and
it
it's all
was
they're all full
that.
of shit.
Yeah, we all are. That's the thing that you
we
gotta
all
get
put our
past.
best foot forward on social media.
And when you go to a wedding, you wear the best suit. You
Yeah.
Certain people are doing things you're not doing.
You know how much
so
I
you
can't
just have this.
and I
something
can't
came out that
and
was
I
bad.
can't stand the opposite.
Yeah.
I hate it when I go somewhere and people come up and go, "Man, you're fucking killing it right now," and I'm like, "Am I?"
Am I?
Yeah,
Because no, I'm not.
Yeah.
that's what people because everybody's having the same insecurities, and so that's why people were like, "What are you talking about, dude? It was so good to see you. We had a great time."
That's
I was
great.
like, "Oh, I was woo."
But it
Yeah.
opened you up. That's good shit.
opened me up.
Maybe
It
and
freaked me
also
out, but-
shed some bad demons.
Yeah, maybe you needed it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a pretty articulate response the next day of what the hell was that? And then I'm like,
Oh, you
that's
called me and
all-
told me about it. I was like,
Yeah.
That's all the
Whoa.
shit that when I look at something and I go, well, ruined my day. That something has happened to somebody else. And
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about this, but I made the conscious choice maybe about I want to say like 6 months ago, under 6 months ago, that I basically muted most people I follow on Instagram. Essentially.
yeah,
Like
I don't look.
I like look at you guys and like 3 or 4 friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything
yeah.
else I don't look because it only brings negative feelings and
Which
thoughts.
Yeah,
about
so
yourself.
like, why are we even? Then why
Which-
am I doing? It's like sure I'll be happy for someone, but like we don't need to know everything. Like if I
Yeah.
see someone and they tell me like, oh cool, but
oh, especially in entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anything.
No, I don't-
hate
I don't wanna know.
how accessible our lives are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that what's going on behind the scenes of Brad Pitt's life. I don't need to. I
Well-
just want to see what he does on the
I want to know
screen.
BP's life seems more interesting. But
Yeah,
I,
and
I
to
get
be
what you're
honest,
saying.
I
Yeah.
know I'm
But
not
you know what I
gonna
mean?
be
Like
Brad
I
Pitt.
think that back in the day, old Hollywood was amazing because stars and celebrities were untouchable.
Yeah.
And you had minimal to zero access to them. Now,
Yep.
I don't want to. Now I can go on my Instagram right now and see what J-Lo looks like in the morning with no makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do
you know what I mean?
It takes away the magic, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it's people we know in this
I'd
business,
rather see what
too,
she
you
looks
get
like
a
with no
little-
clothing on, but whatever.
And if you're competitive and all that, and then you're sitting here and you're like, oh man, like, what do I do? And there's love. Like, will I ever have love? And that was one of the other things too.
Oh,
Boats
whoa.
told me, if you keep this up, you'll never love. And I said, who said that? So I'm outside and there's these boats for some reason out
They were
there.
talking to you.
Yeah, somebody
have
on
faces
the boat
like the
was
cars?
yelling to me. that
Like the
you will
Disney
never
cars?
find
Did they have
love if you
faces?
like this. Dude, it was fucking insane. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Wow.
Like,
And you could literally hear this stuff.
I was hearing it and
Wow.
seeing it, and then people looking at me, saying it to my face, but then you do this, and they weren't looking at you at all. It was like something out of like Devil's Advocate or some shit, And have you ever seen that movie? That's actually a
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good reference. I just
Very
pulled out
good.
of my ass. Where it's, the Charlize Theron characters at the party, and then they turn into like demons because she's seeing the real bullshit of them.
Ugh.
They kind of had that vibe. And I was like, this is not exactly. I thought we were going to all be outside by a bonfire because they said that. And I thought sitting in a chair at a bonfire just chilling, that would be great. But this casino thing was first. Did not make the bonfire.
Oh, man.
Did not make it.
Man.
Just went back to the room. And then me, Dalia, and Sullivan, Dalia went and got In-N-Out for us, and we ate In-N-Out
That's nice.
in the room. And just
True
chilled.
homie.
And by
That's
then
some
I
true
was,
homie shit.
yeah, by then I was chill, and we were just laughing.
Good.
But yeah, I was like, I ruined everything. I woke up in the morning going, what did I do? They hate me.
Another thing I want you to talk about from that trip, though, is what was it like doing work with Dalia again?
Oh, that was, I jumped on Chris's shows at Tempe, which I haven't worked with him in over like 10 years.
It's been fucking long. Yeah.
Long time. And that was fucking.
Because I know it's been like 8 for me, so it's
Yeah.
got to be 10 at least.
10, 11,
for you,
12.
yeah.
Because I've been headlining, I think 10. So more than 10, maybe, once I started. Dude, first off, that club's great because they have a lot of love for me. So
Love Tempe.
I didn't feel like an insecure or an opener. I felt more like a special guest.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Some
sure.
people didn't know I was going to be there, and it was nice to see, like, undateable fans be like, holy shit, they're back together. And oh man, it was I forgot how fucking fun it is to middle when you don't have the responsibility of the hour, and you can just kind of roam after your set and be like, fuck it, good night.
Bye.
Like, that person's getting drunk and I'm done. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
And then I have my best friend with me too, so we could roam about and shit. But it is interesting to feel that dynamic, completely different from years ago when we were like a 1-2 and I was just a defensive 25-year-old competitive guy.
Right.
Where it was more big brother, little brother. This is more like
It just seems
playing.
like also just like this is a
fun-ass
fun thing. Let's have a good time.
Dude, it was great. Plus, it was like you get to go to a wedding and you do comedy right before it, and then just get to chill. I was like, oh, this is
With a bunch of friends.
great. But I bet there was some insecurity in me that manifested in the shrooms of thinking, am I going backwards? Granted, I'm the one that's like, no, we're just having fun. But I go, this is where it was like 12 years ago as my career starting over. That was what happened in the shrooms.
that makes sense.
Not at all when I was with them, because we were just having a fucking great time. Elliot was just making everybody laugh. We had our buddy Luis open the show.
Love Luis.
Who opened the last time I did it, which was great because he's a local and he's
Give his full name.
Luis.
Alvarez?
Yeah,
I think.
Luis Alvarez.
He's the man.
Yeah,
Follow him.
and he was great. And that was just a fun ass time. But I think some of that came out in the boats as well. Like, you're starting over. It's over now. You'll
Then you hear the
never work.
foghorn. Oh,
Yeah, all this weird shit. You're selfish. Like, people were saying, walking by, like, you're
Jesus.
selfish. And I'm like, fuck, that can't, nobody just says that to me. Especially this wedding was a bunch of people that are positive. So I know that's not happening, but it's happening.
Yeah. That makes sense as a catalyst for those feelings, honestly. Coming off of that,
I don't
makes
know where
total,
it
makes
was.
total sense.
Oh, it was so weird.
Total sense.
So what have you been working on? Like things like those questions you got to answer at those parties? And
That's tough.
I was like directing Jason's special on November 10th.
There we go.
Yeah, let's transition to talking a little bit about
Please.
that now. Jay, what do we? So when people see this, it'll be. I assume this will probably be out on Monday.
Yeah.
So it'll be this week, basically.
Yeah, when this comes out, we'll be flying out.
Yeah.
The three of you're flying on the 8th or 9th
Yeah, I'm gonna do day of. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna pull up like 30 minutes before a special.
in a Bentley.
That should be totally fine. What up? Where am I going?
If he doesn't make it, we'll never see him again. He'd be
He's
too
wearing
scared to come up
sunglasses
to you.
that spell out TikTok.
Selling merch in the lobby.
Whatever, bro. Shit slaps.
I want to make my own up.
Anyways.
Snaps. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Dad snaps.
I am. We'll be flying out to Nashville. I'm very excited. Number one, because you guys are going to be there, which it's also just so you guys know, and I'm not trying to be fucking sappy and shit. This is such a comfortable dynamic,
Okay, good.
and this is going to be the dynamic of my special.
Yep.
You're gonna be opening. You're directing it. So it's the three of us. On top of which, my brother's going to be there. Which whenever my brother's next to me, I'm fine.
Oh, that's great.
I'm fucking fine. I know everything's gonna be okay. He's got his eye on me. He's gonna take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like, and my wife is gonna be my wife's my wardrobe person.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is amazing because she's actually part of the production. And so I'm gonna be literally surrounded by people that I love and trust. So I'm not nervous.
That's good.
As far as the set goes, I told
Oh.
Brent I could have taken 2 weeks off and been ready.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
like the last
Yeah.
problem, the last concern, But you're setting yourself up for a very comfortable environment.
The only thing that's gonna be I now have to get used to, but it's going to probably happen within seconds because I haven't done this since 2013, is performed in front of several cameras.
Yeah.
The last time I was in front of a bunch of cameras doing stand-up was when I did The Tonight Show.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, well, was The Tonight Show before? No, the first one was BET Comic View. So, yeah, that I
New
haven't
Year's
done.
during the pandemic, wasn't there?
Yeah, but they only had like, me and Russell did a special with Crystal Marie and Jimmy Schubert.
Oh, I remember that. That was in like Texas, right?
It was
Yeah,
during
Houston,
the
right?
pandemic.
I remember that.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah. It was like a New Year's Eve thing.
It's a New Year's Eve
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and it was
yeah.
a limited release pay-per-view thing.
Yeah.
But there were, the way they had the cameras set up at that club, because it was at the Houston Improv, I didn't see them. I couldn't see them, and I don't think there were very many. I think there were maybe 3 or 4, maybe.
Well, the thing is, I think you're gonna when you're doing like the Tonight Show and shit, and like they're right there, so that's a little easier to see. I'm hopefully seeing this room and getting there.
We got the
hopefully
map.
you're not gonna be distracted by it, because I don't really remember being that aware of the cameras. And I'll tell you, like, one thing that really helped with that was like, I forgot who told me. I don't know if it was Dan Cook or somebody sent me a message the day before or the day up, and was like, just go out there like you're doing a set. So like you don't have to go shooting in your act. So I remember I did a little bit of like looked around, took my time, and then because you're not on like a 5-minute fucking thing like a BET comic,
and you're not live.
yeah, or where you have that the counters going down. It's like no. This is my show. If you see something weird as shit right away, you call it out. You know how we do when we're doing
Do
a
it like a
regular
club-
set,
club gig.
and then you go right into it. Because in the editing, we'll just do. Honestly, one of my improvs is in the opening of my set. I go, it looks like a CW set in here, and then there was a shot like,
Yeah,
'cause it was
cool.
a lot of white people at my show. So, and this is that CW then, not now.
Not wasn't the C Dub.
Political.
It was a
Got it,
CW.
dude.
That's how I approached when I did late night.
That's true. You did. That was impressive. That's
When
why
I
I
did
liked that
late
set.
night, it was. I just said I'm just going to do this like at the club.
That's
show.
all you got to do.
Yeah,
and you'll have it right.
And I played to the audience, not the cameras.
And I think an important part that I'm coming to realize now, as I'm starting to now headline, is I have to start treating it just like another show.
Yeah.
Like I think what I did when I did Brea a few months ago, I was very like, everything has to be perfect. I have to be this much sleep, this amount of this. I drink, like, make sure I'm hydrated, eat this. And it was too big of a thing. Like I think the key is to be like, I don't fucking know, it's another set. I'm just doing 45 minutes, whatever.
Speaking of Brea, real quick.
Yeah.
I just got. I'm headlining Brea Improv November 13th.
Fuck yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I'm headlining Brea Improv. So literally
That's
fly back the
soon.
next day.
13.
I'm doing
That's awesome.
Great.
doing Brea. So anybody LA Orange County, I'll be at the Brea Improv Sunday night, the November 13th.
Love it. We'll
wanna
put that.
come
That'll
out.
be in the description. We'll grab that ticket link and it'll be there. Love it.
Love it.
But
love
yeah,
it.
so I'm really looking forward to it. Also, I love Nashville.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never had a bad time there. I've never had a bad set there. The audiences are extremely nice and great, and it's a cool town, and they've
Yeah.
got a lot of nice stuff to do. And I think this is a good time of year that we're going because it's not going to be like dreadfully freezing
It's a great time to go.
Yeah, or dreadfully hot.
or dreadfully hot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll never forget the first time I ever went to Nashville. I was still touring with Dalia, and him and I. There was a Starbucks across the street from the hotel that we wanted to go to. So we're like, why don't we just walk?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Dude, this walk was unbearable. We ended up staying at the Starbucks for like hours because they had a fireplace in the middle. But have you been to that one in Nashville? There's a Starbucks and it's got a big fireplace in the middle.
If I maybe with you,
But-
but I think that's probably where you told me the story.
So we sat in there forever, and then we called an Uber to go across the street.
Oh man. Yeah. Fuck it. Too cold.
Yeah,
Two SoCal
yeah.
boys, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It was fucking cold. But I think the last time I was in Nashville, it was a cooler month. It was last time I was in Nashville. I think it may have been with you.
Yeah.
But the
Those
last time I
plans.
headlined there, I did a one-nighter at
Was it at
Zanies,
Yeah.
and then I did a weekend at the Comedy Bar in Nashville.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's right.
That's perfect to do both.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
Love it.
Nice. I can't wait. It's
I
gonna be
might try to
fun.
hijack some shows while I'm there.
Yeah, it'd be good to try to
should.
get up the night before, just do like a 10, 15.
Yeah.
I did that at the Cellar the day before, just to be like, oh, I'm on stage right now. Like and I did like 5 to 7 or something.
Right.
Yeah, just to like, just to be up there.
Yep.
I'm only bummed about one thing, and it's that I didn't have the budget this time to bring my mother, and my sons.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure my sons would be interested, but my mom sure would be. Jonathan really wants to go to Nashville just to see the Grand Ole Opry. He's gotten in touch with his white side.
Nice.
And he's liking bluegrass and country and that kind of thing. So
That's what's up.
That was a white.
see, that's the new one of the
That's
new
what's
things.
up.
That's what's up. True.
That's what's up.
True is not.
Remember
You'll
that
never
one?
hear me say true.
Do you remember that?
True.
Do you remember my bit?
What?
So I did it the other night at the Comedy Store because before I went on stage, I did Crack 'Em Up Thursdays.
Yeah.
Which is an urban show, as they call it.
Sure.
Which,
Yeah.
in layman's terms, mostly black people. I was the only white guy on the show.
Yeah.
And the host was fucking hilarious. And he did this bit right before he brought me up. He doesn't set it up, doesn't say anything. He just goes up to the microphone and goes, "Why are white people the only ones with Tourette's?"
Oh, that's really funny.
Fuck.
That's a
Right?
great way to open.
Jesus.
And
That's
that gets a
hilarious.
huge laugh.
Wow.
And he goes, and it's always mean shit like motherfucker, fuck. They never say nice stuff like "Welcome to Wendy's," but it was really
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah.
So then he brings the only white guy on the show up, and I go, I mean, that's really funny, the Tourette's thing. And the audience kind of giggled. And I go, but you black people got a thing that you guys do. I go, you guys always answer questions that nobody asked you. Like, hey, man, how you doing? True, true. And I just went, oh, so I guess that's what we're talking about. And then just the longest laugh. And it was like, oh, I got this set now for the next
That's great.
10 minutes, but I did 15, whatever.
And that's exactly what you're going to be able to do when you do this show.
Yeah.
When you do your special, and once you're out there, all that anticipation, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I fucking know this," and
That's what's up.
something's gonna catch your eye
That's
because
what's
we're all a
up.
little
What's up?
ADD, and it's gonna be like,
That's what's
"What
up.
the hell are you wearing?"
what's up.
You know?
Now, am I going to, I just can't wait to see the setup, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just excited.
Same. I
And
can't
I'm
wait
not
to get there early.
The best thing, though, is I am not worried about any of it. I'm not
Yeah.
worried at
Yeah, it's
all.
That's huge. That's huge. That's what I'm saying. Is you're creating a very comfortable environment for yourself,
Right.
which is like kind of the most important part.
Uh-huh.
Because you're
And
the talent, motherfucker.
And I like that it's not at Zany's, and I like that it's not at a comedy club. I like that it's at an alternative
Yeah, venue.
venue.
What's the place called again?
Analog.
I should probably know this.
Yeah, right, yeah. It's a club / venue, rock venue
Yeah.
at the Hutton Hotel. It's called Analog, and it's amazing. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's probably going to be at the most 300 seats.
I have a
Per
question
show.
per that point. How do they go on like filling up the room for a special? Like I don't know how that works. Like
They
is
fill
it
the
just-
room. They don't sell tickets.
Who's
don't-
they? Like how do they?
Production
like,
company takes care of
Who
it.
do they? Like,
Well,
find?
the
Like,
production company has their network of people, obviously, but there's also services.
Audience coordinators.
It's
got it.
casting.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have audience coordinators and casting, but
So it will be full. That's
we
one thing
will
to
be
worry
full.
about.
But apparently, from what I'm hearing, we're not going to need the casting thing because
yeah,
it's
that much. No.
a bunch of fucking people are going.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It's going to be, as
gonna be
one of the
cool.
producers, Richie Walls, shout out, Black Walls Entertainment, said to me, your audience is going to be pretty spicy.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm looking forward to,
Pretty
sampling the
spicy.
spices, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, we should shout
Just a
out.
quinceañera in there.
We should shout out one of our loyal listeners who emailed in, Emil Carr.
Emil Carr.
He just wrote in Nashville, baby. Hey guys, just wanted to brag that I just booked my flight. This is about a month
shit.
ago, in my hotel to make Dad's taping for a special.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
The real
Sweet.
reason for going is the Paula Deen restaurant, though. Bottomless fries, chicken. Here I come. LOL, no, but I've been long awaiting Dad to announce the date.
Yep.
The moment he did, I immediately booked my flight and stay. So, Dad, you better not be changing this date. So, looking forward to seeing you guys again next month. Love you guys.
shit.
Oh, it's
Update.
happening.
It's happening on the 14th.
Yeah.
No, just
Oh
kidding.
no!
We're gonna feel it out.
I love Emil Carr. I love you, buddy. I put up a link to buy merch, and it's exclusive, and it's just for the event. It's got the date and the location on the T-shirt. It's just for that event.
Yeah.
First guy to buy it.
Oh, sweet.
First guy.
Love it.
To purchase
Love
it.
it.
Was Emil Carr. Yeah. So
Exciting.
thanks,
boys.
buddy. And I that's another thing I want to say to all the loyal Lions Den listeners and viewers. Thank you so much. You know how many times these people have been asking me, when is it? When is it? We can't wait. We can't wait.
Yeah.
And some people could get annoyed by that, but then I had to stop and think, wait a minute. This is an amazing problem to have. They want it.
Yeah.
They want to see it. So
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to answer every question that I possibly can. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to be able to answer, especially getting closer to the date. I'm just going to be very focused on the thing. But I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys so much. You
Yep.
guys are the best. And thank you so much for the DMs and the gifts and the well wishes and all that stuff. You guys are the best.
Love it. Well, why don't we just Speaking of loyal, let's hop over to Patreon and talk to our real loyals.
Let's
Nice
do
segue.
it.
Well.
We're gonna close these velvet curtains. We're gonna close these. What is it called? The
Velvet rope?
ropes. We're
Yeah.
gonna close
Yeah.
the velvet ropes up. Thank you,
Yeah, dude.
Thank
Here,
you,
I
Will
got
Burkart.
your back. This is why I'm opening.
bro.
You know what I
Your
mean?
brain slaps, dude.
Hey,
Your brain slaps,
that's what's up.
and then you gotta hold it back.
Bye.
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 We are friends, digging each other.